While South Africa continues to count the costs of the lockdown, ratings agency Moody's has downgraded South Africa's sovereign credit rating to junk status. Moody's is the last of the big three agencies to do so after S&P Global and Fitch moved the rating to below investment grade in 2017. Yesterday marked the first day of the lockdown, which saw key economic sectors grind to a halt. The move is expected to have a devastating impact on growth and affect the country's fragile jobs market. Earlier this month, Moody's lowered South Africa's growth forecast for 2020 from 0.7% to 0.4%.